6 p.m. having arrived. Call this meeting of the Duxbury Historic Review Board to order. Even though it's not really much important in this group, but Laura, fill us in here.
We don't have anything specific on the agenda. We don't have any COA applications. There's a possibility that Chris Wakeman may still show up to talk about, just to get some feedback on some ideas that the county commissioners and tourism are talking about for potentially some new development on the Perkins lawn. So we'll see whether or not he shows. But basically, I just wanted to touch base with you all and see what was going on, what I need to know about. It's been a while since we.
And we can give it a few minutes. Don't need to wait on it. Anybody have anything you've seen around town, any projects or any issues or any questions about it, comments about it? Anything going on? I know I have. Any projects that are only under, talked about some months ago, anything that's still being moved on?
Oh, I do know that I was contacted by one of the folks with the county. That they're going to be taking over the former city. They are looking at making some improvements to the building next door where the card shop was, to maybe try to bring that a little bit more of its historic appearance. Siding and stuff.
Sure.
So that would be exciting if they
They're
able to do that.
sound great.
You know, a tourism saw it, matching funds grant for socks, I'm $25.
Okay.
So I would say if anybody is looking to do something like that, it may come to you first.
Mhm.
At least you have that knowledge where you can share that one. Which is my, that's my, I don't think anybody can take your advantage at all.
Okay.
So something that, so I don't know if it's from just the district, it's a school district, or if it's from anywhere. There's like a deep management.
It's great. That's all.
Yeah, I think. It's the problem, the folks need to talk to us.
Sure. Absolutely.
We can have a chat.
Do you know?
I believe 5,000 is the number, so it's they spend 5 and they'll match 5. That's probably a good chunk for a good nice big awning.
Yeah. Sure. It's always interesting to me, something like that gets built and covered. When it comes off to see what's still there, what kind of shape it's in, how it's, I would hope that it would be at least in reasonable shape. To be able to go with kind of its original or close to original there.
I'm trying to remember, didn't the city do some work to the front of that building to kind of make it, keep it historic or?
That's the old Shapinsky store, right?
Yeah. Well,
I'd say I'd wait before my time, far too young.
no, I mean, in the past 15, 20 years, right? Jeff Brody was the one that did a lot of that work. So they were talking about there was a, with just enclosed, there was some tile work that was done
Yeah, they're on the
post.
post. Yes, you're right. But you can see, it used to have, you can sort of see, it looks like there were chains some windows up above. And then maybe down at the lower level. So,
In fact, you can see that one of the trips you're taking up at parties, they a lot of snow, you can see that one.
I don't know.
You're playing Superman. That's right. Yeah, I got amusement.
I don't know. Good.
Yeah, well, You are a lucky man, so I was gonna say, if you're down here by 5 after. Wait on title. Well, good, I'm glad you're here.
I've been here for 10 minutes, but it took me that long to try to figure out how to get in the building.
Chris, I would have talked to you.
I couldn't see that big number 2 in the dark.
Yeah.
I didn't even see the number 2. I
That's
just seen
above the
3
door.
there and I figured 2 it had to be there.
That's an honor, Chris, if you wanted to talk to Andy about what might be being thought about. Um, And just as an FYI, I've had experience with everything.
Live.
Hey, great.
You have a nation to have.
Just can't see what you got to. Said saying. He's being there. Knows who needs him. That's what I was talking about, contact, this is the person, I was telling them about sod cranes. Oh, yeah. And now, they didn't know. So it's probably a really good idea that you're here and maybe be here consistently in case some new thing.
So the scoop on this one.
Well, I think it's up to, it's not far from now, probably up to about 4,000 something. It's a matching deal, so. Yes, we'll pay, and business commission will pay half. We need a. It's a video point, there's nothing.
Here. Hope it's not going that way. You can turn it up so we can all hear it.
Second. So, no, it's awesome. Either see project, either first. See the completed project before we actually hand over the. With something, I'll read to anybody, but
It's in the application process. So they can give it to you, and help guide you go through that.
anybody. To explain it to you, or you can come to fix it.
Well, in terms of you're asking. We do. Yeah, I think most people do, unfortunately. But yeah, it's the fact we don't have any official business with. Correct. Yeah. Process as well. Explain the projects and if that's reviewed according to the argument line. We didn't have any of those on the agenda tonight, but we might be coming to either meet with us, speak with us, ask us questions or whatever, so. And we haven't been together for a couple of months, we haven't really had any activity this summer, this is an opportunity for us to get back together and check in with each other as far as what we know or have seen of projects around, just to get a quick update, so.
We did, engineering, architectural firm from Fishers, Indiana. Just to explain to them the possibility of putting an amphitheater on the square, on the courtyard, which I'm not sure if the courtyard is necessarily like place for it, but the commissioners are willing to allow that as long as it's in keeping with some weird looking thing that needs to be, or would need to be suitable to be in that position. if I see it through the hole in the chair. It's, I mean, and it's infancy, and if it gets anywhere, that would be one thing, but, there's still a lot of work, a lot of decision can be done on that.
Are they looking at, I guess, like this area, or do you know kind of where they're?
I think that would probably be the area where it's
Where the river is here,
Okay.
where the trees are, you know, we'll run the road here, it would be up here, and it'd be around. It's not understanding. I can be here. Stop.
Yeah, I can tell you. And there's also a meeting need to take place. Commission of Family Visitor Commission to finalize whatever location might be.
There any even beginnings of sketches or?
No, that's
Right,
what we're.
right.
Rendering like things that she's, you know, built up and put in, give her an idea of the fact, I don't know if this would be a, which hold it up to them. But it's one thing we use. And it's awesome. It's, which you're welcome to participate. But that's actually in Franklin, Indiana. Could possibly be. It's nothing strange on there, if you have to put it in the body. Could be something. On the top.
Well,
That's
nice
just-
picture. So if there would be some indoor space and an outdoor space is under consideration.
That's true. Running. Conceivably, it's space for visitors.
I didn't know if there, any plan for seating or would still be just lawn outside that.
It would most likely be just long. Thank you, Simon. Thank you.
Obviously, it is very, not much to consider at this age, but appreciate you being here this early. As it's history, I'd love to be involved as far on the front end as possible and have kind of discussions and, helping to guide something like that. At this stage, nothing's before us, so can't say if I'm in favor or not in favor. I just don't know enough about it, but,
I've been to that facility. Have you actually been up there? Did you go up there and take those pictures?
I could think,
Very nice facility.
yeah,
It is very nice.
but it's huge.
It's huge. I mean, that would take about 2 city blocks to accommodate the space that they've got up there.
Actually, I looked in Square compared to Franklin Square. You can actually do a side by side, it's like right next door. It superimposes right on our square.
That's not actually their square though. That's just
No,
the
right,
city
right
blocks.
next door. So if you took that little thing and you superimposed it on theirs, it's their square, it's exactly the same size as ours, just their configuration. Plus, there's a lot of naysaying out there. I'm sure you probably read some. A lot of naysaying out there. These things can scale. Have to be as big as ours. And the reason that I think she hurt her in her somewhere was, call Franklin, say, hey, all that doesn't come in, sure be either. Provide that, all the plans, engineering, but it would fit.
I, It's been years, many, many years ago, when the gazebo was built over there. It's got the Arts Council plaque on. Uh, It served a lot of good purposes, but it's limited in size and, you know, you have to set up things around it. And I'm not advocating for tearing down the gazebo, but to have something that would give them more space to do more things. And that's such an open area over there, you know, I just don't know. I mean, there's an awful lot to see. But there are considerations too. Right now, as we all know, it's tough to find parking around the square. You know, if we have something that brings more people up there, what's the logistics of that gonna do? And just an awful lot to consider. So as I said right at the beginning, I'm not opposed or in favor. I just want to learn more too.
I don't know what we're dealing with before. we-
Yeah. And as a general statement, if something's going to be of value to the city and the county, it's certainly worth exploring and try to find a way to make the value work. But we just have a lot more to learn.
And I will note that provided Chris the design guidelines for new construction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know there was a lot of time spent designing the courthouse addition. To take all that into consideration and make sure, I think they did a nice job with that. Or I know at the time it was, you know, a lot of us wondered, how's it gonna look? Is it gonna fit in? Is it, you know, it's just the location, sizing and scale and all that stuff. But they did a really nice job. I'd like to think if a project like this continues on, find a way to do the same thing. But again, really, really early in the process, so. Appreciate you coming by, sharing that. But yes, please do continue to stay in touch, and as Paul said, you're invited and even encouraged to come around whenever we have meetings. I'm sure Laura can put you on the mailing list, just to make sure that you're aware when we have meetings, and love to have you come and be involved, not only because of the grant, but just because of a lot of things that we do that
Mhm.
go hand in hand with what you do. The communication would be valuable. Okay. Well, does anybody else have any comments, questions, anything that we kind of, as I said, just mentioned and asked if anybody knew of any projects in town that any areas of concern, anything going on, you know as much about downtown as anybody, I'm sure, Kevin, anything going on that you
Anything,
know
you
about?
know?
No. A technical man that's gonna shut us off as going on to something else. So if we all get up and leave, you know, y'all that happen to be watching this live, don't think anything of it. We'll get turn it off at some point.
I might be able to turn this off.
Okay.
So I guess we should officially adjourn. So
Well, that's true.
shows that we.
Yes. I did call this to order, so. So, yes, if we, if no one has anything else, then yes, let's be official, let's accept. Motion to adjourn. Very good. All right, is there a